Have you ever heard of Pura Vida?
No.
Pure life. It's the only culture they have. It's all they say is Pura Vida, and they do this.
That sounds like a shitty politician's whole campaign thing. Pure life. Pura Vida, everyone. Vote on Monday.
And they're like, all right.
Pura Vida.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Immigrant Section. Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Abbas Wahab. As always, appreciate y'all. Another episode for you. First things first, the Immigrant Section is on tour. If you're in Ontario, make sure to get those tickets. Windsor, Waterloo, London, Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto. Tickets at abbaswahab.com. Don't sleep on them. I want to see the people. I want you all to come out, say hi to me, most my name Jesse Singh. We're going to entertain the fuck out of y'all. And anyways, enough of that. With me today, back in the studio, hasn't been on for 2 years, my guy, comedian, Raphael Loucadellis.
What's going on? Am I looking at the camera? Or am I looking at you now?
You choose, bro.
step?
You choose.
I'm going to look in the middle.
That's why I told you to turn your chest.
So you can cut.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to look at the plan for the
This
whole
is your
episode.
eye line. This is your eye line right here.
It looks
Just look at the
natural. It
fifth,
feels
yeah.
natural.
Yeah.
That's good.
Welcome back, bro.
Thank you, man. It's been a while.
You're a hard motherfucker to book.
Honestly, yeah. I keep leaving the country.
Even before you left
Even
the
before,
country.
I was like, I just don't know what to talk about.
Yeah.
Honestly, I heard some of the last episode with Faraz. You guys are talking about lobbyists in fucking Ukraine, and I'm like, I don't know any of that shit. I
No.
don't know.
Because Faraz is funny. He's obviously he's funny, but
Yeah.
he's fucking smart.
He's smart.
And he's in the know. He pretends like he's not, but then he knows so much.
I remember talking to him one time, and he kept telling me how Napoleon always like took photos like this because he had some kind of like liver issue or like some kind of cancer, so he had to like hold his intestines in. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, man. And then we looked it up, and he was wrong. And he's like, well, that's what I thought.
And you weren't even mad.
No,
That's
it
the
was
type
like,
of guy Faraz is.
I thought he was that smart, or I was just like, man, that's super interesting. And he was wrong, and he wasn't even phased.
Bro, if I was me, I'd be like, I'm pretty sure this publication is wrong. You
Yeah,
know what I
the
mean?
whole-
Like,
the whole
I don't
article.
trust this source at all right now.
The 1600s? No, it's lying.
Faraz reminds me of like a guy back in engineering school that I would cheat off of, my buddy Austin.
Okay.
Who like, and I used to be smart too. You know what I mean? I used
believe
to like
it.
give a
I can
fuck
see
and
it.
be smart. So like, but when I got into university, I could see how much smarter people were.
Yeah.
Than like,
considerable.
despite my efforts, like just genius smart with me with effort. Like I can't even get there. My one buddy Austin, it was to the point where it was like, if I was confident 100% of what answer I just gave, and I
Yeah.
looked over my shoulder and
And
he had something different,
you would
immediately erase what I had.
fair.
I wouldn't even think about it first. And there's been time where I was right and he was wrong.
Is
That's
he
like
still an
Faraz.
engineer?
Yeah, he's killing
he's
it.
doing well.
He's on some next level.
Is that the
Shout out to
engineering
my
ring?
boy Austin. Yeah, the engine. Did you say immigrant ring?
No,
That's
but you
what
should-
it is. That's literally what it is. You know what I mean?
I wish I said
That's
something
what
about
you
it.
called it. Yeah, that's what girls call it. Oh, he's got the immigrant ring. All
Are
the
you-
immigrants I know have one.
Are you allowed to wear that still, even though you're not doing engineering?
Of course, I have a degree.
Okay.
Imagine like there's fucking like there's COVID compliance people being like, hey,
Hey.
let's see the last thing you did.
Fix this car. Actually, you
yeah.
are always fixing cars and shit on your Instagram.
Yeah,
so
but that's not engineering.
that's not
shit.
engineering.
That's like.
There's an engine, so I figured that's what it is. See,
There
I
you
literally
go.
don't know what
But
engineering
what about
is.
the nearing though?
Yeah.
I ain't nearing.
I don't
shit.
ask questions. I'm nearing shit.
But like, I still rep it. I like it. It's like a conversation starter. And I paid $60,000 for it. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's an expensive ring.
and I've never had jewelry in my life up until this point.
Okay.
And then I was kind of like, yeah, I like. A pinky ring is kind of like the gayest.
I was gonna
Like-
say, did you
like,
choose the
it's
pinky
like-
ring, or it's the only ring
No,
that fit?
that's just what they do. They put it on the pinky. It's
Oh,
kinda
really?
like-
It's for everybody.
It's the most effeminate like thing you could do. But
That's
I'm
so
like,
odd.
hey, fuck it. At least it's something. It's something on the hand.
It's
you
weird
know?
that it's on purpose for everybody. I get like
No,
this.
no,
You can't.
it's always on the pinky.
Yeah.
but you put it on your writing hand. That's the whole thing. You put it on your signing hand.
Every
so
time
when
you're
you
at the
sign-
bank signing a check, you just make noise like, oh,
so you make the ethical decision as an
someone has
engineer.
money. Yeah.
Because the whole story is there was this bridge that got built by engineers. The bridge was fucking shitty and
Yeah.
it collapsed and they burned all the steel off of it. Melted it to make these rings. Back in the day, to just be mindful of never make shortcuts and blah, blah, ethical
How many
bullshit.
people had to die for them to be
I
like,
know,
you
I know.
what?
They're like, hey,
We're gonna
we
start a
can
cult.
recycle these rings, and if we do it right,
Yeah.
we can be profitable on this. The
bodies are still on fire.
right? We're gonna make the money back on this bridge one way or another.
That's horrible.
We'll make some lore, and we'll make a big story about ethics or some bullshit.
like
They'll love
Christianity.
it. Yeah, right. Oh, you're taking it back.
Also, I just want to say a shout out to you. Fucking, you just made it to the Winnipeg festival.
Appreciate
that was
you,
huge,
bro.
I walked in. And then you went to the bathroom, looked at my phone, and it said Abbas Wahab, Winnipeg Comedy Festival. I was like, fuck it, he didn't even say anything. Like,
Imagine being like, yo, bro, you come in, it's just like, can I use the bathroom? It's like, hey, did you hear I'm in Winnipeg? It's like,
what?
Where's the bathroom? Oh, yeah.
Actually, I did go to the bathroom. I heard your roommate is teaching yoga in the other room.
No, that's my girlfund.
Your girlfriend's teaching yoga in the
That's
other
your
room.
roommate,
You're doing
yeah.
She's your roommate.
You and your roommate have a lot of pictures together.
You guys are close. That's funny.
Yeah, no, she's a yoga teacher.
Okay, that's sick. You guys got a lot going on in this house.
Yeah, she's over there freelancing. We're doing like the same type of freelance life shit. It's sick.
Do you do yoga?
Nice. No, not really.
Okay.
I'll stretch like
I
almost every
do
morning.
the same
I'll do
thing.
like a 3-minute stretch.
Yeah.
But just because if I don't feel as good.
We're 30.
But it's yeah, exactly. But I'm not doing like this thing. By the way, my boy just came back from Costa Rica, and she
What's
was
up?
trapped in Costa Rica. By
No
the
way. Oh yeah, you told me this last week.
She went to a yoga retreat.
Yeah.
Gets COVID day 2.
Yeah.
Trapped there for the whole retreat and 10 days plus because of the fucking retarded rules for like being like,
I know.
you tested,
You
fuck
can't
your
leave.
symptoms or nothing. 10 days.
Yeah.
Like, and she dropped like 800 on an Airbnb, like couldn't work.
For
like
the week.
What a waste of time and money. But it's so
Costa
funny.
Rica's expensive, too.
You're there. Dude, shockingly. She's
Yeah.
in San Jose. She told me she bought an Americano for $4.50.
Yeah.
Canadian. I'm like, that's the same price as here.
A can of beer is $5 American some places. It's
Like,
like,
what-
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Not a tall can, a fucking Coke can of beer.
That doesn't make any sense
No,
to me.
Costa Rica. I hate Costa Rica. I honestly hated it. I hated
She was
it.
trapped there. You were living life up there, though.
I was doing my best, but now I'm bored. I was like, I went to Nicaragua after, so much cheaper.
Oh, slow down with that. Don't fucking. I just heard Nicaragua there.
That's what I said.
yeah, right, okay.
The Costa Rica was so Americanized. Every corner there's pizza and sushi and poke bowls because it's
I
all
hate
yoga.
poke bowls, by the way.
You hate it.
Fuck
Does she
poke
love
bowls.
it?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I don't give a
I don't
shit.
know her that well. You know what I mean? She's outside with a single tear falling out of
She's
her.
my roommate. I don't know. You know?
Yeah. But no, I don't fuck with poke bowls at all.
Yeah, they're really trying to get this like white yoga crowd. It's everywhere you go, and they're nailing it. And that's why everything's so expensive. There's no culture in Costa Rica. I just didn't enjoy it. Like I couldn't tell you
You
what
were
Costa
there
Rican
for
food
months.
is. I was there for a month, and I regret it. I should have gone back to Mexico or something. Mexico's fucking sick, and they have culture. Costa Rica is just whitewashed.
I feel like you're constantly in a phase of partying. You know, like
I did drink a
Dude,
lot.
Every time you go somewhere, I'm just like, man, this guy's fucking living that like March break life for decades. I see you with like 8 chicks in bikinis, are all holding red cups. I'm like, this is me in fucking like Cancun, like circa like
This is
2016.
Before you were going to school for engineering.
No, after engineering, when I
After.
had the money, but
That
like,
makes sense.
but still, you've kept that vibe alive.
I like drinking a little too much. Honestly, even the whole trip, I was drinking the entire time. And then I was like, I'm going to stop when I get back. But of course, now I'm back and it's like, people are excited to see me. I got to go out drinking with them. My comedy show on Mondays, I get shit-faced every single Monday. It's an open bar to me.
Every time.
I can't help it.
Doesn't help that you bartend too.
No, I have too much power there. So, yeah, I got a
You're
problem.
like, drinks,
and I admit it.
whatever you want.
I really do.
Man, he just came back from Costa Rica. He's amped.
Can't do that. And there was a new bartender too. He didn't know who I was. So
You're like,
I'm
you're
like,
just
hey,
laughing.
everything's on the house. He's like, who are you?
Yeah, you're laughing cockily. Who am I? Who am I? This guy.
More pizza.
Yeah. Just be like, Ryan, get over. You're naming random customers, patrons. This guy
Yeah,
just said who.
no one that works there, other customers.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, he's the guy that does comedy on Mondays. And he's like, all right, what does that mean?
You haven't heard Raphael?
I like the way you say it. I like the way you say Faraz.
Faraz.
Raphael.
I like to say it. It's
Yeah.
the immigrant section. You got to
roll-
roll the
you
R.
roll
You,
it right.
got to hit the Z hard.
Faraz.
What do you miss the most of like just being out there for a
Traveling?
month? Were you just like hostel to hostel, or how did that shit
So,
go?
okay, actually, it's funny that you mentioned partying. I went there with 14 of my closest friends for BPM Music Festival.
Okay. By the way, you can't have 14
closest friends.
of the closest
Listen.
friends. Within that 14, there has to be a variety of closeness.
Okay.
That doesn't. I was with
No,
my 30
all-
best friends.
I'll say all 14. No, I'm going to say it.
They're watching right now,
Yeah, I have
sweating.
to-
Don't
I
break,
gotta say
Raph.
it.
Don't you fucking break, man.
I was going to say like 12, but then I'm like, no, that's going to cause division amongst my 14 closest friends.
Then there's Simon and
They're going to know.
Thule or whatever the fuck.
We went for an engagement party. 2 of my friends got engaged, so they had like a whole thing. And we went for a music festival.
Were they 2 of the 14?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I like this.
And then the Costa Rican government, the day before the festival was supposed to happen, the day before we landed, they canceled all the major events in Costa Rica for like 10 days. So pretty much the length of the festival, they canceled this one festival pretty much. So like
That you guys went there for.
Yeah. I met people that flew in from Switzerland, 14 hours. I met someone from Russia with all layovers and everything. She was traveling for 40 hours.
She's like, don't worry, I will invade either way.
Yeah. I was like, what are you
how
talking
we
about?
do, yeah.
That was a good, what's it called? Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
And then, so we're just there.
She's like, by the way, bye everyone. No one go to Ukraine.
We weren't.
What'd she say? What was that last thing she said? Something
weird
about
thing.
no pain. Bitch is crazy, whatever.
So we got there, canceled the rave. It's supposed to be a 7-day rave, some of the biggest DJs in the world. So then we had to go to illegal raves that were like half an hour outside the city in the middle of nowhere. And we would go, obviously, because that's what we're here for. And we'd be partying until 4 a.m., having a pretty good time. And all of a sudden, because it was like a makeshift rave where they kind of put everything together last second, they ran out of water. So now I'm on a mountain, high as fuck. Just, there's no beer, there's no water. And they're like, yeah, there's more coming. And an hour goes by and there's still nothing. And we're like, we're going to die on this mountain.
Someone's like,
if we don't leave. Yeah. We wanted to stay longer. I mean, it was late enough, but that's what we did. Went to sketchy raves.
Did you take M?
Yes.
Dude, I just took M 2 days ago.
First time?
No, not the
Oh,
first
okay.
time.
Tame-
First time
Tame
in
Impala.
4 or 5 years.
Okay.
But I've had these Tame Impala tickets for 2 years.
Yeah, they kept getting
And they
delayed.
kept getting delayed.
Yeah, I noticed the poster.
And finally, when they got, I hit up one of the comedians, no names. Yeah, but no names, but...
Funny if you dub his name over that.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, Faraz Neofata.
Mr. Black.
Yeah. She hooked me up with some good stuff. And yeah, me and my girl went, dude. I haven't had M in a
was good?
minute. It hits different when you're older. The next day, M is always
were you
how
down?
it is. It was great.
Yeah.
The next day
The next
was
day you were
like,
down.
oh my God, dude. I forgot that, like, I remember in Cancun, I bought M, and the next day I was like, I have food poisoning. Something's wrong. And my buddy's like, no, man, it's that shit we got. It was so bad. And it was like, I felt like suicidal.
When I was young, I never had any issues with any drugs. Like the next day, bounced
Nothing,
back, no
nothing.
problems.
Yeah.
Now I'm out for 2 days. Like even drinking, I have 2-day hangovers. Actually, when I turned 30, I went out drinking pretty heavily. The next day, I felt fine. It was the second day after. I woke up, I was dizzy as fuck. This never happens. Like I couldn't see straight. My head was spinning. And I was concerned. I was like, this has never happened before. I went to the hospital and I was talking to the doctor and I was like, I've never had my head spin like this before. I don't know what it is. And he's like, how old are you? I'm like, I just turned 30. And he's like, yeah, this is a 2-day hangover. I'm like, all right. Glad I came to the hospital for a fucking 2-day hangover. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
He's like, did you order Uber Eats today? I'm like, I did. He's like, yeah, it's a hangover.
Yeah, right. Before he leaves, he goes, "Don't go to Ukraine." You're like, what? Wait, what? Was he Russian? Yeah. But like now, your body, you could tell, man. It's scary because half of older comedians' jokes are like, "Man, enjoy it now, cause when you
Yeah.
hit 40, yo, the knees, man, or man, when you hit 50, yo, back, it just don't agree no more, or whatever the fuck."
Some of the like heavy drinker comedians, and they're stopped drinking now. They're a bit older, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Ron White.
Yeah,
Just
which
hitting
is crazy.
copies
That's been
back.
his whole life.
Yeah.
And now it's like, fuck. I think I'm gonna have to get to that. I'm 30. I still have a couple years, but like,
But you can see the
Yeah.
slowing down, which I'm fine. I welcome. It's
I'll
okay.
do a shot sometimes, and I'm like, oh, that did like shouldn't like it hits right away, or like I want to puke.
Yeah, you
not-
gotta slow down.
I gotta slow down.
You with your fucking
I'm saying it like-
wrestler shirt. Grow up, Raphael. You stop
I got my-
drinking.
my blonde
Wear a
hair.
suit, okay?
I look like a wrestler. I'm trying to be a wrestler.
Let go, Raphael.
Never.
Let go gently into the night.
Can't do it. Won't
He's
do it.
like, ah. But like, man, it's slowing down. And to be honest with you, I'm fine with it because this is the first time in forever that I was like, it's not like I'm always wanting M.
No, of
You know
course
what I
not.
mean?
Yeah.
It's just,
Then
I was
it's a
just like,
problem.
this is shifted 2 years. Tame Impala is like heavy, kind of like EDM.
It's feely.
Hip hop.
It's feely.
Drums. It's
Yeah.
very feely.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the exact type of music that M
Yeah, I can see that.
supports or accentuates.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. It pairs well with them. This is, it's
a
like a red
sommelier.
wine. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I would suggest MDMA for this. But dude, I forgot how horny it makes you, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, I don't get that.
My head was this must be the cheater's drug, by the way. MDMA, bro.
You make mistakes for sure.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah,
Like I'm first of all, every fat ass. I don't know if I was on M or
like
if
where
it was
this is
Tame
going.
Impala, but
Okay.
every fat ass was out to the arena that
Yeah.
night.
I think it was Tame Impala.
yeah, and my head was like swiveling. I'm like fucking like, and the worst part was the M gave me these runny shits.
Yeah, that
dude.
does that.
Oh my god,
does that.
I was in the Scotiabank arena. Like while the music was blasting, taking the hottest shit.
And the music's hitting you on the inside too. You're
And
just
I'm on, dude, the shit was so hot. The problem, when I cleaned up, because here I use water. You know, I'm a good Sudani boy. I'm a good Muslim. I wash my ass
You
with
have a
water.
bidet?
No, I just got a fucking water sprayer, bro. Immigrant style. It comes with the engineering ring. You know, it comes free
The
with
package
it.
deal.
But like, bro, my ass was on fire. Before I could even walk back to my
like
seat,
hot sauce.
I had to literally just walk up. You know when you just gotta walk the heat off? You know
It sounds like you didn't have fun at the concert. Like,
no. It was like this was a 15-minute period of incredible discomfort,
And then
I was back.
Nice.
And then I was back, and he closed it out nice. What I love is when such a show. He had rock star vibes, bro. Kevin Parker.
Where was it? ACC?
Scotiabank Arena.
Is that the ACC? Everything's name has changed. That's where the Raptors play. Which
yeah,
is the
everybody
ACC.
plays it. Like the Scotiabank Arena. That's the Air Canada Center.
Yeah,
whatever the fuck, right?
yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But like, dude, this shit was hitting on a like different level. And he did superstar shit where he was just like, Paul Thompson, I hear so this, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, just read. But the way he ended, he was like, Toronto, I know we've been going 2 years, and I'm glad you held your tickets. I held on to everything.
Nice. You felt special at that moment.
Yeah,
You're
I'm happy he acknowledged that.
It's
But,
like holding Bitcoin for a couple years and it goes up and you're just like, I fucking knew it.
there's always the Bitcoin analogy, but look at this closer.
Ooh.
Look at that shit.
How do you don't have a seizure?
Yeah, I know. This should have been a huge disclaimer. How sick is that?
That's
huh?
pretty dope.
Thank you. And then it came out for 2 encores that were just like dope. And it was like that thing kept going whoa, 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 and everyone
A little
left the
too long.
stage.
A little too long.
Yeah,
They just didn't
everyone-
know how to shut it off.
Everyone left the stage for like a good 20 seconds, and everyone's still in there, like they're coming back, and you know.
They have to.
Yeah. He goes, at one point he goes up, you may have seen some artists tune their guitars while playing. You're not going to see that tonight. I'm like, this guy's doing material up there.
That's how I want to end my first comedy special. Just lights blinding
Well,
everyone. Come out of nowhere.
Rave.
Come out of nowhere.
You're going to be the first comedian that audience members take M to go watch.
That'd be horrible. I'm visibly sweating on stage.
Like, this is fucking, it's just all love in here.
We're all going to cuddle.
Is that what happens with you in the 14?
And-
Is it just just a moving orgy?
we
Is
got-
that what that is? An orgy
It's
that
a
goes
cuddle
from
puddle.
country to
We like the cuddle puddle. That's what we call it.
cuddle puddle?
Yeah. Don't get naked. Just nice and soft. You know, we like to get pillows around us.
What if someone gets horny? Is he ostracized?
And you pick one and you
Yeah.
choose a different room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, Samantha, it's time.
It's like, God damn it, why didn't pick me?
Yeah,
It's like,
it's like,
the NBA
you knew this was
the
coming.
NBA draft. She
Yeah.
gets the hat, says
Yeah.
his name on it. It's like, all right, it's
Let's
my
go.
team.
That's that new age. Are they all bartenders? I think I
No.
met some of your crew.
No, they're all very successful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think a bartender is like not necessarily successful.
No, but they're like doing well.
Like not bartending.
They're doing
It's
very
like,
well.
I wish you just looked at me like, bro, let's stop the bullshit.
It's like, it's okay.
Okay. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean. No, just me and my
Like in finance, I'm assuming, and like corporate gigs, because
Corporate
those guys
gigs.
are the ones that drink the hardest.
corporate gigs, or like they own a construction company, whatever.
Oh, so they're also
one of them's a famous DJ.
Yeah?
Like they're all fucking whatever. No, me and my boy are the only ones in like the service industry. Me and the guy who do a podcast with, Sociopals Podcast. Check it out. We do it whenever we feel like it. It's been a while.
That's actually the name of the podcast.
Yeah, we do it.
You'll
whenever
get it when
will.
we feel like
Yeah.
it.
We did it every week for a while when we both didn't have jobs during lockdown, and then we both got hired again because everything opened up, and then it was like once a month, and now we haven't released anything in months. But we got episodes on the back. I swear to Christ, we're coming back.
We got a body of work.
We're coming
all right?
back.
We got a body of work. That's what matters.
Yeah, there's something there. But no, everyone's doing pretty well. Yeah.
I love that
Honestly,
pause.
no.
Is there someone who
I'm just
is there
looking
someone
inside.
who needs an intervention because you paused there? You
I'm the one
stared
that needs the
longingly
intervention.
in the distance there for a second. Everyone's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
They're fine. I need new friends. I need friends on my level.
bartenders,
Bartender friends.
other bartenders. You
Or
need,
what?
you need to go travel with alcoholics. That's
Who do you think I'm meeting when I'm traveling?
Yeah, right.
These people love partying. Actually, the another thing about Costa Rica, they have no culture. But have you ever heard of Pura Vida?
No,
So Pura Vida
it's
means
a tequila.
pure life.
Yeah.
It's the only culture they have. It's all they say is Pura Vida, and they do this
That's hilarious.
And it can be used for anything in the sentence. You can say thank you. You can see it like pura vida. You just throw it in there. It doesn't matter.
That sounds like a shitty politician's whole campaign.
Yeah.
thing. Pure life. Vote for me. Pure life. Pura vida, everyone. Vote on Monday.
And they're like, all
Pura
right.
vida.
Yeah, I made this joke where it's fucking the president gets on stage for the addressing the union. He's like, all right, folks, COVID's running rampant. We're gonna have to close all bars starting at midnight. Pura vida. I was like, wait, you can't fucking close a presidential statement like that. It's like Obama being like, all right, put your rocks up.
Yeah, right.
What is that shit?
We've all seen Jay-Z. And
We support him.
we, the people. I'm so bad at these fucking.
You can't do Obama?
I could, but I could. And we, it is upon us to find. I don't know. I
There
feel
we
like
go.
it's kind of like, I don't know.
I'm gonna
what
give
the
it to
fuck.
you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it to you.
Fuck it. I'm not even the impersonation guy. Never said I was. For those of you
I always-
coming out to the Immigrant Section tour, do not expect
They're gonna be
impersonations.
disappointed. They're just like, where's this white guy at?
I only impersonate fobs.
Yeah,
you know what I
you're
mean?
good at it.
I'm real good, bro. Tried and true, man. I put my 10,000 hours in.
This one time I was buying drugs from a Costa Rican guy, and he gave me an extra MDMA for free.
He's like, pura vida.
Yeah, he was like, Pura Vida. I'm like, oh, that's sick. And like a week later, I was buying drugs from a different guy. He ripped me off and he goes, Pura Vida. I'm like, those can't both be Pura Vida. What are you talking about right now? This country's a mess.
That's so funny. Did the U.S. wreck the culture? Is that what happened?
So I actually talked to this girl, filled me in. She was very smart. I was like, I hate Costa Rica. They have no history. They have no culture. And she's like, yeah, that happened because back in the day, they didn't have any gold or anything to offer. So no one ever colonized them. So there's no old churches or old cities to go and like visit. So they had nothing going on.
Oh, that's what it is. All of
Yeah.
touring is just the first
Where
remnants
they used
of
to be slaves.
Christianity.
Yeah,
yeah.
No one enslaved them. And then look what happened. They suck now.
Yeah. We had nothing for
It's a
them to
shame.
rob, so we just kind of dwindled.
So the States in like the 60s, whatever, started making it their place to go. And now it's just like a giant United States resort. Like,
Is it because they put a military base there?
I don't know. I don't know
Probably
about
just
that.
because
That
they're
makes
an island,
sense.
right?
No, it's not an island.
Costa Rica's not an island.
No, are you thinking of?
It's a peninsula.
It's
Like it's not even that. It's
there is a
landlocked.
peninsula there.
Yeah. I just wanted to say the word peninsula to know
It's a
that I
good
also
word.
know
You
those things.
You know what it means?
Yeah. I may not know it's not an island, but I know of peninsulas. It's like, oh, damn.
Always
It's
the
like
second thing after.
It's that thin line going to South America in
Yeah.
that thin thing next
Are you
to
looking at a map already?
Yeah,
You
next
put that
to
up quick. You had
next-
that ready to go. Like when
next
we talk
to
about Costa Rica today.
Panama. No, I just Googled it. Panama, the only reason I know is because I remember Prison Break, that show.
Is that where they ended up in
They
like season
kept
3
trying
or
to
4?
go to Panama.
That's so rare. Were they Panamese?
No, they're fucking straight
No,
up
that's
white
not the
boys.
right word.
Yeah, they're just white boys. Like, we go to Panama and everything work, man. Yeah, Costa Rica's straight up landlocked, huh?
Yeah.
What a useless little country.
It's
huh?
useless.
Pura la vida, man.
Pura vida.
She hated it. You hated it.
Yeah.
That's 2 for 2, man.
Even other backpackers I met, and like I got to Nicaragua, I felt as soon as I took a bus, $3 bus from Costa Rica to Nicaragua, it was fucking
$3?
Too good of a deal.
Damn.
$3 American. I'll say that.
How long was the drive?
Maybe 6 hours.
That's a deal, dude.
Yeah. And
It's not even a Costa Rican beer.
no, yeah, it's the way getting out of the country was the cheapest thing I did. It was great.
I love it.
And as soon as we got into the Nicaraguan highway, I saw a cow just walking down the highway, and there was something so refreshing about that. I'm like, this country's raw.
Yes.
this is better. I love it more already. And
Isn't that hilarious? Yeah, you're like, this is what I came all
yeah.
the way to South
I
America
want to feel
for.
something, you know?
I need to see fucking like roaming livestock.
I need to
be like,
pretend I'm getting some culture.
Yeah. It's like we are actually the cow import capital of.
Like I would
Are
never.
you guys? No, not at all.
I would never talk to a farmer or touch an animal, but just seeing it, I'm just like, yeah, good for them.
They're disgusting people, and they're less than us.
get it.
Make no mistake.
Let's clip that.
Yeah, right. That's the clip of the week, dude.
You're like, I love doing impressions of immigrants. You're like, we're disgusting.
How was Nicaragua, by the way?
Way better.
Yeah?
A lot of volcanoes.
Yeah.
I went camping for the first time on a volcano. Never been camping before, which is surprising for a white person. And I hated it. I hated camping. I hated my whole trip, guys. No, it was we slept on the side of the volcano, and every 20 minutes, like the ground rumbles and like smoke erupts. Actually, when it was still daylight, we got kind of close to the rim, and then our tour guide was like, "Hey, let's not get too close." And then the ground rumbled the hardest we've heard it, and then the smoke rises so much that it covered the sun, and then we hear like something fall over there. Rocks started shooting out of the crater and landing like 30, 40 feet away from us, like these hot
big rocks?
Yeah, like rocks like this, just like from the
1 second, let me just hang that up.
No worries.
Keep going, though. I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, just rocks like shot up from the volcano, from the crater, and started landing around us. And then our tour guide looks at us and he goes, "Run!" And then we start running down the thing. He had to run up to grab our bag. I took a selfie before I started running.
Run, boys.
We'll post that here maybe. And then he's like, "Yeah, I've never seen that happen before." So I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's good to know."
It's like the volcano doesn't usually do that.
Imagine
he's apologizing on behalf of the volcano, like it's a pit bull. Like he's super nice.
know.
This is a super nice volcano. I'm so sorry.
What a way to die if you get hit by a burning
know.
hot rock.
Fuck. That's like, at least people have been dying like that for probably hundreds of thousands of years.
Oh, they've been dying worse. They've been getting the magma.
Yeah, that's like a classic death, man. Death by volcano. That's a beautiful throwback.
That is nice.
Death.
That is nice.
That's like death by starvation or death by just eaten by a wild animal.
The most basic, the most human.
Primal deaths.
Primal.
Fucking drowning. Eaten.
I went volcano boarding, which is pretty much
opiate
tobogganing.
overdose. You know what I mean?
That's new
Age
age
so
shit.
recent. That's some fucking
That's if you have
hipster
money.
death. Yeah, exactly.
The volcano boarding is pretty much you go tobogganing down a volcano.
I saw those pics.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And our tour guide for that one was like, "Yeah, this volcano is supposed to erupt in the next 2 years. I do this tour every single day, so let's see what happens in 2 years." And I was like, "All right, at least you know you have 2 years on this earth left, you know?"
Yeah, it's like maybe you should phase into another excursion.
Maybe don't bring all these tourists like out of volcano in 2 years. We have time. Right now, it's still fun. In a couple of years, be like, "Hey, we're gonna take a month off."
It's so funny that you had all these ups and downs on your trip, and me, I'm just like seeing your pictures on social media, like maybe once a week.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, this guy is living it
it's
up,
all
man.
It's all about appearances.
Fucking social media is such
I can't
a,
let
like,
you know how sad I was.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, this guy is killed. You come back, the whole trip sucked, dude. Fuck, it sucked.
It was good. No, this is better than this. Honestly, I work at a bar, obviously. I worked my first shift yesterday. Within the first, I started at 6 p.m. It was 7:04. I got in a fight with a customer. I had to kick him out of the bar. My first hour back. And I was like, fucking should have gone to Guatemala or some shit. Should have kept traveling.
Was it just a coincidence, or was it like was your chill vibes had some problem with it?
He ruined my pura vida.
Yeah.
I was trying to live pure life, and he just came with his bad energy. No, he's a regular customer. And he came in, he started talking mad shit, starts yelling at someone else. And it was like, "Hey, you can't do that. We're trying to run a business. There's people here who don't know what your beef is."
Yeah.
And then he starts calling me a twat. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a twat. All right, just get out. I don't care." And it was just ridiculous. And I get so furious. I'm like, I've been here for an hour and I'm already fighting with people.
That's so annoying. It's like, look, a lot of these people don't know that you're usually a harmless alcoholic, okay? So you're going to put me in a corner, bro, all right?
It was actually this one guy was calling him a racist. And he's like, "I'm not a fucking racist." And yeah, it's a whole thing.
And then he started doing immigrant accents. I came out of nowhere. That's me.
You should meet my buddy Wahab. Wahab. I called you the wrong name.
Wahab. How do you like working at a bar, by the way? You've been fucking doing bar shit for like a decade.
Yeah, almost.
You're like...
I like it. It's good money.
At this point,
good
is
people.
Like, how do you phase out of the bar life?
I don't know.
It's hard with comedy.
Yeah, because every bar I've worked at, or like a couple of the bars I've worked at, I do comedy through them too. So it's
I remember
they get their hooks.
you've run a couple shows.
Yeah, remember that
the
one
off
in
Peter
the back?
Street or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That was, I had full control of that show. It was sick. I was bartend and host. So I was like, okay, this is a sweet gig. I'm not like, why would I want to leave this? And now here, I don't bartend it, but I still have like full autonomy of the show. It's a good show.
What bar are you at now?
So it's right across the street from my show, Victory Cafe, every Monday.
Oh yeah, you work across the street.
Yeah, Crafty Coyote.
And own same owners.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Same owner.
It seems like just from knowing bars, it's like and restaurants, there's no money in owning one. It seems like everyone I know always has a collective of 3 or 4 or something, and it's like I guess it's only really makes sense when you got a couple.
He has 2 that are diagonal from the street across each other, and he has this new one coming up on the other. So he has 3 of the 4.
So he runs the corner.
Pretty much. He has to get the 4th one, and then
like a fucking
got a
Pokemon card.
monopoly.
What is he? The cards of Exodia? He's like, I must collect all 5.
he has everything. It's like, wait, what are you trying to accomplish?
He's like, I'm super divorced. Is he?
My wife's a bitch. Like, all right, but why are you doing this?
She loves Chanel. All right. Like, it really does seem like, because I know that they pay so much alcohol, they pay so much tax.
Yeah.
Like, it's such rape here in Canada, man. Like, every
Canada's the
fucking
worst
business,
in so many ways.
So annoying, man. Especially
Honestly,
having like lived in the States for 3 years and known people that ran gas stations, known people that had like a hookah tobacco store, like just selling tobacco. Here, every tobacco place, you got to sell it under the table, because if you buy the standard price for a 250 gram box of like double apple hookah, is like,
okay, yeah.
yeah. In the
I used to
States, it's
serve-
$11.
I used to work shisha
it's
too.
$10.
Yeah.
Here it's 25 under the table, and
Nuts.
if you get it, and if it's properly imported through like as with the
Customs
Canada
and
stuff,
stuff.
it's 50. And it's like, how is it 11 in Canada? And like, come
Yeah.
on, what the fuck are you
I
doing?
know Detroit's big on their shisha, and they're right by us.
Everyone crosses from Windsor to Detroit
Yeah, there we go.
to smuggle. Everyone.
You from Windsor? I forget.
No, but I lived in Detroit for
You
like
lived in Detroit,
2.5
okay.
years.
There we go.
Like right outside Detroit. Like if we, the Etobicoke. to
That's
Detroit.
funny. I'll meet travelers. A lot of Canadians in Costa Rica, by the way.
Of course.
Like-
we want to get the word
Like,
everywhere
there's-
besides here.
Like, I'm not there to meet Canadians. I was at a bar, and me and this girl make eye contact, and she's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like,
Montreal.
I go Toronto. She's like, "What?" I'm like, "What about you?" She goes, "Parkdale." I'm like, "Fuck off."
Like in Toronto.
yeah,
That's
like she got specific, and I
ugh.
was like, "This isn't what I'm here for."
Yeah. And like, just say Toronto when you live in Parkdale.
Yeah, but she knew because I said Toronto. She's like, "I can be specific," and I was like, "Ah, you ruined it."
at least say Hyde Park or some
ruined
shit
it.
like that. You know what I mean? It's Hyde Park.
Somewhere nice.
Yeah. It's Hyde Park. I keep saying Hyde Park because it's a
Hyde?
street. Hyde, because it's London, Ontario. There's an area and the street I grew up around.
You've
is
been too many
Hyde Park.
places.
Yeah, I know.
You got to be here in the now.
I
boss.
know. Fuck. My therapist says I'm living in the future.
Also, is that what they say?
I don't know.
You're like, I don't have a therapist.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you said that.
Yeah, I'm
Also-
dealing with these mental problems myself.
I took a bus to get here, and on the map, it's like, yeah, cut through this cemetery to.
Did you? It's a nice walk.
I mean,
I've been
I
doing
feel like
that.
that shouldn't be the option.
Oh, it's a great walk. You drive through. We cut through cemetery as a shortcut all the time. It's great. This cemetery here is, bro. I love walking through it in the summer.
I thought you were gonna say at nighttime. I was like, all
No,
right,
it closes.
calm down.
The path closes at 6, but there's something really nice about walking through a cemetery. It just
Is it a reminder of death or is it just peaceful?
no, it's a reminder of life. Actually, it's the
beautiful.
opposite.
That's
You know what I mean? You would think, oh my god, I'm surrounded by this death, but you're like, yo, I'm gonna be there. Like everyone who lived is gonna end up there.
Those are your
so
roomies.
do it now.
Those are your roomies.
Do it now. You know what I mean? Get it now.
Maybe I'll walk by there on the way back. You know?
It's like, just let's fuck it, man. I'm going to Costa Rica too. It's like
Yeah.
before I talk to you.
I'm like, I'm having fun for you guys.
I arrived. Yo, I made it here. You're like, what the fuck are you doing here, bro? Get the fuck out of here.
This is what we wanted.
This is terrible. None of us. Please tell us you brought water. Fuck.
Another thing, on my camping volcano hike, they said bring 4 liters of water. You're needed on the way up and on the way down. And on the way up, I sat down at one point. I had a giant jug and also like a 2-liter bottle, and I would just put it in my jug because I could like hook it to me. It's easier. When I was pouring it in, I turned around and my 2 liters fell. I just lost 2 liters of water. So I was on survival mode all of a sudden. Like this, it's like noon. We're still going up. The sun is as strong as it's gonna be. And I was like, fuck. I had 2 other people I was with. And I was like, I need to borrow some water, please. And then we get to the top of the volcano, and there's a guy with a cooler. I don't know where he lives, but he's just up there, a solo guy. And he has a little cooler, cold drinks. And I was like, you have water? He goes, no, beer and Coke. I was like, why wouldn't you carry some water with you? You know how much
Yeah.
money you can make on water?
Yeah, right. That's the main thing up here, bro.
And then we paid a lady to make us dinner when we were up there. And
Do people live up there?
there's a small village on the other side of the volcano, apparently. Like not where we were, but like somewhere nearby.
That's crazy.
She came, she bought us some food, and then I was hoping she'd bring us some water. We're having dinner at 6 p.m. She brings us coffee, okay? And I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna drink all this coffee because it's liquid and I just need it. And then I was up all night because I couldn't fucking sleep. I hated this trip.
How did you make this coffee? I know there's water here somewhere. I know you guys are hiding. Everyone has water, by the way. They're just telling you guys they don't. They are human organisms. You know what I mean?
The saddest part was actually there's a horse up there. There was one stray horse. Where was that horse getting water
well
from?
Quenched. A well quenched horse.
I should have followed that horse around.
You're like feeling his lips. That's this horse is drinking well. He just
She's using
drank.
chapstick.
No water, my friend. No water.
The
Coke only.
The saddest part is when the lady, she had her couple young kids there. We were eating the food she made for us, and then it takes seconds, whatever. When we were done, and then she let her kids eat the food after.
Like the leftovers.
The leftovers. But I was like, man, what if we finished all the food in front of them?
She's like, Kino, eat tonight.
Yeah, I was like, ugh. Also, the whole time, like, why is this family watching us eat? And
Yeah.
then-
That was the weirdest part.
I took seconds. The kid like grunted. I'm like, all right.
It's like, Mama, I hear volcano go off in 2 years. Maybe we move from here. No, son. We live and die
White
by the
man lies.
volcano. Yeah, the white man. Yeah, exactly. The white man bring the lies. The volcano nourishes the people, not kill.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know how long ago, but they used to do human sacrifices into a volcano for Jesus. It was a Christian thing. So Jesus wouldn't erupt the volcano. They would do human sacrifices.
I bet you they did that shit.
Also, I might
6
have
years ago.
I might have
6
been
years
completely
ago.
wrong. It was
I
in
bet
the
you
80s.
they did it during the housing crisis in 09. They're like, we need one more. We haven't done this shit in a while. We need to get
Always
one
have a
person
housing
in there.
crisis.
Please, Jesus, please to make interest rates lower again and make housing more affordable.
They're specific. I like that. Yeah, no one in the States does that kind of sacrifice.
Yeah, I guess except if it's
They just
your
pray.
body.
They just pray and expect it to happen. Fucking give something.
I don't know.
Youngest child, let's go.
I feel like heavily plastic surgery people, that's the new sacrifice, right? You ever see these people that are like, I forget who my girl was telling me about this one actress. Like every now and then there's an actress who does so much plastic surgery.
Yeah.
She has to kind of like, she self-shuns herself from
Because
society.
Probably because
it's
she doesn't look good anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you went too far.
You went under the knife one too many times, and the result is Frankenstein-esque. And then there's always like a bravery story. You don't see them for 10 years, and then it's like a full frontal photo of like on the cover of a magazine, like her story.
In 10 years,
so fucked up.
does the plastic surgery age, or do you still look good in 10 years?
Nah, dude. Haven't you ever seen these old ladies that clearly got
I try
this
not to
shit
look at
like
them.
at 80?
Yeah, you can
80s,
tell.
90s?
Yeah, it's just terrifying.
Yeah, it's like Bill Burr's got that bit. It's like, would you rather look 58 or like a 38-year-old lizard, right? Like there's something off about that.
They're
Like
not human.
I just did a show in Hamilton the other day. I just went to do a guest set, and there was this like chick that was like nearby, and English accent. I heard an English accent. I'm like, English accent. And then it's like, she had this face where it's like, do you know your body ever tells you that's not natural?
Yeah.
Like you don't see a scar.
Try to get a finger up the bum. You're like, that's not.
Yeah,
That's
like
not what the Lord intended.
like just the way the width of her face.
Yeah, all cheeks.
Like just the cheeks and the lips and everything, and I'm like, maybe it could be real, but it's like,
You know
what
those
is-
people that believe in lizard people? How like
This was a lizard
Hillary Clinton and the world is run by lizard people. This is why they believe.
Oh, you're
in
talking
it.
about schizophrenics.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about crazy people. You're right. Yeah, this is the reason why plastic surgery.
As if all the plastic surgeons are the ambassadors of the lizard people.
It's the
We're
perfect
it's the
front.
perfect conspiracy.
Yeah.
Why do you think they always suggest this operation instead of this one? It's because
You just added another. You have one listener who's like, "Holy shit, he cracked the code."
yeah, exactly.
You got it.
He just rips another line. It's the
Ketamine.
fucking best podcast. Fuck.
Ketamine.
What's the next spot for you? You're probably gonna work
Spot.
as a bartender for like 3 months and then go off to what? Fucking like I see you.
I want to do Guatemala.
I see you going to like India or some shit and finding.
I don't know if I want to go to India. I've heard it's extremely dirty,
Yeah, well,
and like I've heard
practice in Costa Rica.
Yeah, I've heard a couple things. I've heard some people love it, some people hated it.
Hey, careful where you go. All right, that's half my audience right now. Right?
That's true.
You're walking a fine line, Raph. Careful how you proceed.
I'm gonna go. Peer pressure. I'll buy my
listening
ticket
goes back
right
up. Yeah.
now.
But you wouldn't do India. though.
Maybe one day, but it's not on top of my list. I want to do Guatemala. I want to do Morocco. I want to move to Australia for a year, but I was gonna do that before the pandemic, and then everything went to shit. Just to live there, it's nice.
She lived in Australia
did that?
1 year,
Yeah.
bartended and shit.
Yeah,
Did
exactly.
same
That's
shit.
exactly it.
Yeah,
and
same
you can
shit.
do comedy down there, which is good.
Yeah,
I did one open mic down there, and it was.
You been to Australia?
I was there for like 10 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I've never been. Where'd you fly from?
So I was doing a backpacking trip, like Southeast Asia.
Of course,
And
with
then-
14 of my closest friends.
We went for 3
Each
months.
one just as close as the last.
I went to one country with each of them,
yes.
and then
No sex, not even once. We just cuddled, close
not
up.
even once. Drugs.
Yeah.
Me and my friend ended up in Bali, and then that's as close to Australia as you're gonna get. So it's like, if we're not gonna go now, when we're ever gonna go to Australia. So we ended our trip there, and it was great. I didn't like Sydney. Sydney was weird.
Why?
I don't
What's
like
the
most
vibe?
places I travel. I'm
heard
just a
Melbourne
grumpy
is
old man.
sick. People
Melbourne's
are-
sick. I want to go to Melbourne.
Melbourne. Oh, you didn't go?
I did. No, I did. Like, if I move, I want to.
Gotcha.
Go there.
Melbourne's like the New York, Toronto,
Yeah, it's
like
Montreal,
Soho, New
like,
Age.
cool.
Yeah, Montreal, cultural, rolled up beanies.
Yeah, that's
cuffed
exactly
up
it.
pants. That's Melbourne. But what was the Sydney vibe?
The city was dead at like 6 p.m. Me and my friend went downtown to grab some dinner. Everything was closed.
Huh.
And then we go to
Way before pandemic, boys.
yeah, oh yeah. And this is
Everything was closed.
it was so weird. And then we
Like
go to
closed?
bars, closed. Like there was nothing. There was one pizza joint open, and
What
we're
the
like,
fuck?
yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Probably a holiday. It's probably kill the Aboriginals holiday. You know what I mean? Everyone's
Yeah, I'm
else-
talking shit about their one holiday. Yeah. And then we go to a bar at night. You can't order doubles of drinks, and you're not allowed to order any shots because Australians
This
like
is
to
a
fight.
whole fucking society built around alcoholics.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's why they're like no shots, no doubles. I'm like, can I order 2 drinks? And like, yeah.
Yes,
But
in
I'm like,
succession.
I can't.
I have to see you finish it.
I can't order doubles. Yeah, they fight a lot. So,
Yeah,
but Melbourne was like, yeah, we don't care.
Isn't that hilarious? Guy, if we give shots out, it's just then the
I'm gonna
hospitals can't. The hospitals lobbied all the bars. They're like, no more shots, guys. All right, we can't. We don't have beds for these people. All right.
That's it's just crazy, and I get it. Have you ever like Ireland should follow suit if anything. Ireland should be like, all right, 4 drink maximum.
Whatever politician like proposes that is gonna be killed.
They're
That's
gonna-
political suicide.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
gonna be real suicide.
Yeah,
They're not gonna
yeah.
have it. The
No, it'll be murder. You
one
know
of
what I mean?
my things I hate most is when there's an Irish guy at the bar and he's too drunk, he's trying to fight people. And first of all, because
This is standard, by the way.
it happens.
Okay.
It happens. Because when Irish people get drunk, their accent really comes out, and it's like
Full McGregor.
I'm barely catching to what you're saying right now, but I know you're trying to fight someone.
Little pissant fucking
What was that?
fucking prick fuck.
You sound like a bit like a leprechaun.
Yeah,
Little.
yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah.
channeling McGregor leprechaun thing. Oi,
I'm getting Simpsons leprechaun.
fuck him up. I'll fuck you all up. I'll fuck him up.
No one here is trying to fight you, sir.
Yeah,
it's-
right.
pay-
Just like
and then you gotta
you're
make them
fighting your childhood fucking trauma right now, bro.
You're fighting Catholicism.
Yeah, he's like fucking.
And then you got to try to make them pay their bill. I'm like, this is the
your
worst.
father.
This is the worst.
Yeah, I gotta talk. Gotta go talk to the father. Forgive me, father. He goes in pissed drunk. I've sinned, father.
He's just in the urinal stall.
Yeah, right. It's like, Michael, you're alone. You get what is as a bartender? What is the ethnicity that's constantly like creating problems? This is the immigrant section, so please do not avoid saying the ethnicity. All right.
No,
You can't say blacks. You gotta
That's not-
say.
that's
You
not
gotta
an
say
ethnicity? You gotta be
Eritreans.
specific.
You gotta say
Somalis.
Somalis. Yeah. Give it to me. Is it the Somalis?
I don't know. Irish people, when they get really drunk,
Yeah.
they can be troublesome. That's about it. Everything else is kind of even across the board.
Australians? The traveling
I don't-
Australians
I don't-
are more of the loud party, and
They-
the local Australians are probably more of the fight.
Yes, yeah. The travel Australians,
The fighters don't get the
They have a
visa.
little bit of culture in them,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
They're trying to like expand their horizons. The ones that stay, they're God help them all. Yeah, no, it's pretty even across the board. Just Irish people when they get too drunk, I'm just like, fuck. They're gonna want to fight and then hug me after because that's what they do. They're just like fight and make up, and I'm like, I don't want to do any of that.
right?
Honestly, there's one.
I don't know you like that. This isn't gonna be a cathartic moment if we swing.
We're not gonna
at
get
each other.
brunch tomorrow. You know?
I haven't known you for 12 years or some shit. You know?
You're
not one of my 14
Our moms don't
closest
know each other.
friends,
Yeah,
bro.
they're-
I don't have room for a 15th Playboy.
the last like week or so while I was traveling, I got a little homesick and I was excited to come back. And I was excited for comedy, excited to go back to work and everything. And at the hostel I was at, I had a bar, and there was a local Nicaraguan guy. Nicaraguan.
Nigger! Ogwen. It's like, I have to fight you now, bro.
And then we can hug.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he was really drunk and he kept trying to like play pool with me and these 2 girls I was with, and he kept talking to the girls and getting close to them, and it was kind of weird. And then we asked him to leave us alone, and he went to the next group, tries like harassing the girls, and he kept moving around. And I went to the hostel guy. I was like, "Can you kick this guy out? He doesn't live at this hostel. He's harassing everybody." And the guy was like, "Yeah," and he like wouldn't do anything.
It's never a big guy who runs a
No,
hostel.
you
It's never a guy who's
you
like
were so skinny.
confrontational.
I was like, "I need you to step up, Jason." His name was Jason.
Yeah,
but was it really?
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then he goes to get the police to kick him out, which was kind of like a weird thing. And then this girl passes out. She was feeling sick. I think she was dehydrated. This girl just passes out. So like we grab her, I put a pillow under her head. We're trying to make sure she's okay. And then the drunk guy comes and he's like, "I can help her. Like, I can help her."
I'll carry her to her room.
Yeah. And then I just had enough, and I was like, "Listen, you got to go." I'm like, I kick him out of the hostel. Like it's not my job, and he didn't even understand. But I was like, "Go, you have to go." And we got in like a little confrontation, and I kick him out, and I was like, "Fuck, that's what I'm going back to." I forgot about the bad part of working at the bar. You know, I was just like, I was excited for everything. I was like, "Yeah, I get to
enforcement?
have fun, make some money," because Costa Rica fucking bankrupt me. And now I was like, I forgot I have to get in people's faces and pretend that I'm tough. Never been in a fight in my life.
Yeah,
I had to be
right. You're
like-
literally a monk.
I'm like, brother, yeah, exact opposite. I'm like, you don't want this, brother.
Yeah. He's like, you're a pussy. It's like, you don't know that, sir. You
guy
don't know
yesterday-
that for sure.
The guy, you can't prove it.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy yesterday called me a twat, and I was like, maybe I am, but you still gotta go.
Get the fuck out of here.
Like, not having it.
Has anyone ever swung at you over the bar?
I got punched when I worked at Shoppers Drug Mart. It was like, when I
That's
was
hilarious.
15, 16.
I didn't know they had a bar there.
Fucking shoplifters are crazy. I got addicted to stopping shoplifters at one point. I think it was redemption for getting punched on my second week on the job.
That's fucking hilarious.
So I'm a cashier, 15, 16, super naive. And I hear a commotion to the side of me. I go to the side and I see our photo lab manager on the ground. He's like bleeding. And this guy's standing over him. And I was like,
You can't do that.
I was like, is everything okay here, sir? And then he just goes over, boom, right, one in the face. And then I like get back, square up. He just hits me again and he runs out. And it was the scene with McLovin from Superman.
He's like, two to the dome.
Came
and
out
I'm
of nowhere.
Bah, bah.
And then after that, every time there was a shoplifter, like I've tackled people off bikes. There's one time this guy emptied a whole row of like Sudafed or something. I think they use that for meth.
To make meth. Yeah. I've watched Breaking Bad.
I don't know why we both know that. but
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Okay, I don't remember that episode.
Yeah,
and
I never watched that show.
He ran across the street, and I ran after him. You're not supposed to chase them once they leave the store. But I was like,
mad people robbing the store
I
now.
gotta get him. So I chased it down the street after him, and honestly, like I'm not a fast runner. This guy was so slow. Like I caught up to him, and I was disappointed in him. I was like, I should not have caught up to you.
He's like, that's why I would have run fast would have had the meth.
I got too much Sudafed.
Trying to make the meth, bro.
You need he would have the power up. The Mario mushroom.
Race me afterwards, bro. I fucking dare you.
And he puts the bag down and he's like, you really want to do this? And I was like, I don't, but here we are. Let's go. And he gets closer to me, and then my other like fellow employees came behind him, and I was like, "Yo, turn
all red fucking shoppers
vest.
Like, what do we? Yo, don't make. I wouldn't do that if I was you.
You shouldn't
Like,
have messed with Shopper 755."
yeah.
And then it started off with one guy, and he grabs the bag. The guy turns around, runs for the guy that grabbed the bag. The guy throws me the bag, and then I have it. He's running for me. We're playing monkey in the middle with this bag full of Sudafed, and I was like, this can't be my life. I need to get out of this industry. I became a bartender.
It's like, you came shopping for these fists. Bah, bah, bah. You just beating.
this
You
what you
all
wanted?
get charged. You're stomping him on
He
the
sues
street.
us good.
Yeah. If it was America,
should've
you
finished
would
the
all
job.
be sued. That Shoppers would be closed.
That's true.
That's a CVS that is no longer in business.
Yeah, I like that.
It's crazy the lawsuit stuff that happens over there, you know?
Robber gets injured.
Liability,
while robbing.
yeah.
States
All
is
that
fucked.
stuff.
Even I was talking
But
to
I'd
someone
still
the other
rather
day.
live there, to be honest.
Squatters' rights.
That
shit's crazy.
That's in Canada too, by the
Really?
way. Yeah.
Where can I do this?
Yeah, right in this.
Yeah,
house,
I was gonna say,
technically speaking.
I'm
I'm
the-
renting. I'm squatting in this bitch
I
already.
have that bag here.
Yeah, I'm already
need a
squatting in
co-host?
this bitch. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Finders keepers, bro. But yeah, like that shit's crazy. It's like if you stay in there, they can't like kick you out or whatever the fuck, you know?
Which doesn't like.
I have a lot of
Common
friends who are
sense.
like homeowners and like they rental
I thought you were
property
gonna say
owners.
homeless, and they're like, no, they're they're
No,
doing
no,
this
no,
right.
no. I'm like with the people that you traveled with.
Yeah.
That's my crew. You know
That's
what I
your
mean?
crew.
They got rental. Growing up, I was like fucking landlords, and now all my friends are like these fucking tenants. You know what I mean? That's like all the people I hear, all the complaints I hear.
Yeah.
Like as far as with my good friends,
Yeah.
are like tenants
In
and, like,
Toronto, or they're everywhere
throughout
now.
Ontario,
you've
but
lived
like property problems, tax issues,
in the Etobicoke of
this.
Detroit.
And then a lot of my friends here that are like comedians, it's all like, do I fucking landlord this? And
Yeah.
living in a basement that.
a lot of basement talk.
There's a lot of
basement
struggle
talk.
with the people I'm around here. And then there's like these fucking landlord-tenant agreement bullshits. They're just fucking, it's all the powers
I
on the
think
tenants.
You need to, if your friends are good landlords, you gotta introduce them to the good comedians. You're matchmaking now.
Good comedians are not good tenants. You know what I mean?
That's why
There's a big gap in logic.
They're
there.
angry.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
angry inside.
A lot of them happen to be, they have those Irish,
Fighting genes.
yeah, a little bit of that, you know? Man, I have never had a straight up like, the only time I was about to fight someone recently was, not even recently, it was like 10 years ago, but a guy peed on me in a club. He
What?
was so drunk, he was just peeing, and it was just on my leg. And then I was like, oh, and his friend came out of nowhere. He was like, no, he's fucked up. He's fucked up. He grabs his friend. He like disappears.
Oh, damn.
And I'm just like, you ever have like your ego short circuit? Like, that's probably what happened with these Shoppers Drug Mart people. You're just like, I gotta, I'm standing here with a wet leg, like a wet fucking leg of piss.
did
How
you
do
go
I
home?
not swing?
Did you go home?
No, it was within 20 minutes of arriving.
I once broke my ankle right before I went to the club, and I was like, I'm fine. Still went to the club. Couldn't dance. I just posted up at the bar the whole time. Like, come dance with me. I'm like, I'll catch you later.
More shots.
Yeah. And I get carried home that night. Like once you.
And it was swollen as fuck by the end.
Oh
right?
yeah. At the beginning of the night, you can't just leave. You know, if it was the end of the night, someone pissed on you. Time to go home. End of the night, someone broke my leg. I broke my own leg.
Time to go home.
Time to go to the hospital. You know?
Yeah, but like the hype of the night is the strongest force possible. The only time I've ever fully...
There's limitless possibilities, but it's like I can't do anything because I can't move. You know, it defeats the purpose.
The only time I've ever is one time I had I forget how many milligrams it was. I had an edible and I was going out with my buddies and like when I was living with my friends in Madison Heights outside Detroit.
It sounds
But
nice.
it's not nice.
Okay.
But
Sounds pretty.
it's not nice. Yeah, it sounds like it, right? But yeah, dude, I ate this edible and I just like, and it was like 6:30 and the pre-drink was about to begin. And I literally, and
That's
then
early.
And like they were coming, it was
Yeah.
gonna be like 3 hours hanging out and then go out. And man, I just was sat on that couch and it was supposed to be a big thing. I just started like texting people like I'm out. Like
People in the house.
people
Like,
in the house, people sitting next to me, you
Can't
know
do
what I
it.
mean? Like I just fucking sat in that spot. And after they left too, I just like crashed in that. Like
Damn.
there's something about edible high where it's like the fear and confusion and disorientation and just like you literally feel like an alien in a
Yeah.
the wrong planet.
Yeah,
you're in
you're-
the wrong dimension. You're just scared
Everything you're
in
doing
your
is
own
wrong.
house.
That's exact. I hate weed. I'm
hate-
not good at it.
No, I never get like this just by
No,
smoking.
that
And
was-
if you smoke the shit out of yourself,
Yeah.
this is how you become.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you eat a powerful edible, it's like it weaponizes your mind. You know what I mean? And
Turn
weed
against yourself.
normally does that, but like the fear and paranoia and like just not being able to, just the lack of coordination and like everything of
You think you're like? Are you too aware, or you just lack of it? Are
you just the paranoia is on 100% and your mind is attacking all of like my mind. As comedians, we usually are like we're erring on the pessimistic side. We're talking shit to ourselves on like the default side. That thing gets magnified 100 times. Like I'm just literally like you're nothing.
You know-
they don't think you're shit.
You know what DMT is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I've smoked DMT twice now. One time was on this trip, but it wasn't a full DMT experience. I didn't see God or
You didn't
anything.
break through.
I didn't break through. I was at this hostel with this girl. She's like, I have a DMT pen. I was like, oh shit, okay, let's do it. And then I did a few puffs, and after like immediately, I felt my body shift, and I just started sweating. And I took a couple more puffs, and then things started changing a little bit. And she's like, smoke more. Like she wanted me to get to the point where like I'm just disabled, and then. She's like, that's the good stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can.
And
keep
then
smoking.
she raped you.
Yeah, that was the good part. And then I kept smoking a bit, and then these two guys who I met a week before from Toronto, they come out of nowhere at the hostel. They're like, yo, is that Raph? And then I'm on DMT, and I'm paranoid, and I'm like, they know I'm on DMT. No one would ever know you're on DMT. You know, that's the most impossible guess to make.
Yeah.
And right away,
he's on DMT.
I looked at that, like I had fear in my eyes. I'm like, they know I'm on DMT. And then I had a full conversation with them. And then I was like, I'm on DMT, by the way, guys. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll leave you. I'm like, yeah, that'd be nice. And I just turned around and I was like, fuck.
I love that. I love when people understand.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
should have said something. I'm like, I thought you knew.
Isn't that the best? Dude, one time I've told this story before, but a long time ago, me and my buddy went to, in the stupid phase of life.
Still there.
We went to, yeah, exactly. Nicaragua, going down volcano. It's going to blow up any second.
And he does the roll.
You know about, what is it, candy rolling? Acid, MDMA?
Yeah.
We got acid. We were in Amsterdam.
Okay.
First day in Amsterdam, we're like, let's go get mushrooms. And then we're telling the guy, there's this guy named Ito at this. You ever been to Amsterdam?
No, I want to go.
They got smart shops there. Smart shops is where you get the mushrooms and stuff,
Okay.
whatever the fuck. And by the way, souvenir shops is where you get all the drugs. If you
Is
aren't
it an actual souvenir shop though, or?
full souvenir shop, I love Amsterdam hats, shirts.
Yeah.
We heard about that. This is my third or fourth time in Amsterdam. Where
you've been
I
a few
found
times.
out. I've been a bunch of times. But I remember I went for Munich Oktoberfest.
Nice.
But I flew into Amsterdam, hung out there 2 days.
Okay.
My friends were like, souvenir shops apparently is where you get everything. We go into a souvenir shop. We're looking around, right? We're just like trying to wait till the other person
Trying
leaves the
shirts
store.
off,
Yeah, just looking. And dude, this white guy with dreadlocks running the place. He literally we're just all dilly down. He goes, gentlemen, what can I interest you in? I've got stuff that will fuck you up. And
He knew.
he's like, cocaine. And he listed drugs,
Yeah.
dude. Cocaine, acid, this, this. And we're like, whoa, fuck.
That sounds
We didn't
like.
realize it'd be that, we thought it was all hush-hush.
No.
Like buying hookah tobacco in
Yeah,
Ontario.
like why
you know?
is it illegal to be? Whether selling it at
Anything
souvenir shops?
synthetic is illegal.
Okay, so the cocaine and everything.
MDMA is illegal. Cocaine
Okay.
is illegal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Weed
roast in
is
the ground?
fine. Mushrooms are fine. They call them truffles. But we get at the first day we were there, we go to a Smart Shop. We tell the guy that we're trying to buy mushrooms from, the high we're looking for.
Yeah.
And he goes, you guys want some acid? That's what you want. I've got some in my pocket right now. I'll sell you.
I love that he's a
$10 a
professional.
tab. Yeah, he's straight up ponytail, shirt buttoned all the way up to the top.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this guy does drugs professionally. When you see the top button done on a button up with a ponytail, and his name is Ito.
And he's not a lawyer.
No, yeah, he's very
not
white. Yeah, exactly. This is a green button up, you know what I mean?
it's
With a dragon on it. But like, we get the acid, and then I always knew about this candy roll thing. So we spent the rest of the night like tripping on acid trying to find MDMA. And eventually
Oh, so you had the one, but not the other.
so the whole night, and I don't know, acid is like a 12-hour thing where you
Yeah.
don't really sleep, right?
Oh, yeah.
The whole night we're like going around trying to find it. Back, now we would have just
Yeah.
gone to the souvenir shop.
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time. We eventually
doubled down there.
We eventually get to a bar and we find this little Asian kid who says, I swear to God, he goes, I'm a pharmacy student and I invented a drug.
What?
Yeah. And he goes, just come to the bathroom with me. Okay. And then he's like, I'm going to crack the stall, come in. All right.
This is crazy.
Yeah, right. And then, so my buddy JD, he goes up first and I guess he does whatever. And I don't know because it's one person in the stall.
Okay.
Little Asian guy, right? He's literally standing on the
Like on the toilet kinda, yeah.
so the legs don't show.
Yeah.
So it looks like one person is in there.
Yeah. He's done this before.
Oh yeah. So when my buddy comes out and I go in, I close the stall behind me and he's standing up. He turns around. He goes like this. He goes like, "Okay, suck my dick." And then I'm like,
Actually-
and then he's like, "Ah, fuck it, dude." Because it's like
That's
good. Like it's hilarious because he's
He's
like,
got a bit and everything.
yeah,
Like,
he
he's a
does
pro.
this all
He's a
the
pro.
time. Yeah,
But also,
and I knows I could throw him.
also
right?
if you didn't hesitate, he's
Yeah.
not gonna complain. Maybe. You
Yeah,
know?
it may have worked out
yeah,
for him.
exactly.
Maybe this works sometimes.
It worked
right?
once.
But dude, this guy fucking pulls out a big bag of blue powder. Like it looks like Breaking Bad meth, that blue meth
Okay,
they
yeah.
had, but it was like powderized. And he scoops it with a knife at the end. And I'm like, if I see you do it, I'll do it.
Nice.
So you know what I mean? So he starts doing it some, and I'm like, okay, all right, you know what I mean? As long as I see
Yeah.
the person do it. So we started, and bro, by that point, we were smoking weed on acid, drinking,
And
I don't even know
doing
what it
unknown
did.
drug.
Yeah. I don't know if that
Yeah.
drug did anything.
Yeah.
I literally, we were just like, we were already so, because
You did some fun dip.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
we ate the acid at like 6.
Okay. Now it's
And
like
this is
10,
like
midnight.
No, this is like 1 a.m. at this point.
Okay, late.
So we're in it, and we've been smoking weed, drinking bar to bar, trying to find shit. So at this point, we're fucked, and I don't know if it did anything. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, yeah, as long as you do it. And then he starts like fucking going off. Actually, this is before we even go to the bathroom. He goes, man, my father, we were from Hong Kong, but we got in trouble with the triads. And I was like, bro, just shut the fuck up. All right. I literally was like, stop the backstory. Do you have that drug?
I want it.
You know, we're just on a mission. We're on a mission. It sounds stupid now, but you know those nights.
Whenever I hear someone's drug story, I get anxiety because I'm just like, oh man, it sounds like such a long night, and it's so harrowing and so much. But I do it so often.
in the night?
Yeah, like when I do it, I'm fine with it. But if you invited me out and you're like, this is what we're gonna do, I'll be like,
fuck that.
no,
Yeah.
no chance. But if it's happening, I'm just like, yeah, okay, where are we going now? Where's that Asian guy going next? We're taking him with us.
We get to Amsterdam. We're going to do mushrooms in Amsterdam. And then that guy goes, and here's the best part. 1 year later, I go back to Amsterdam.
Tell me he's there.
It's Smart Shop. I step in. Ito's in the back. He sees me. He walks right over to me. Were you here last year?
No.
Yeah. I'm like, he was like, how was it? We're like, yo, look at it. He asked about
You're like,
the
I'm
acid.
back, aren't I?
He remembered it.
I want a refund.
And he came. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I sucked some Asian guy's dick, you fucking prick. You asshole.
I didn't know it's possible.
I fight him? Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say you saw the Asian guy at the same bar. And I
No,
was
no,
like,
no,
oh,
no,
and
no.
that
No,
would've
the
been
guy
nice.
who sold us the acid.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Because we went back to the
same
Smart
shirt.
Shop.
You walk out, you're like,
Different shirt,
Does he
but-
have one shirt?
Same ponytail and everything.
Yeah,
But
it doesn't
I was thinking, I wonder if he'll be there. Not only that, but when I stepped in, he noticed me and came over
That's
to me.
impressive.
And I was like, I love.
Do you feel good at that point, or do you feel like
I felt great.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I felt great. It feels like it makes the world seem so much smaller. You
Yeah.
know? Like I'm going to Amsterdam a year later, a place that sees 1 billion people
Yeah.
a day. Like the amount of flux when you see Amsterdam is just people moving through a port.
It would have been funny if there's a black guy beside you and he was like, "Weren't you here last year?" To the wrong guy.
and he keeps going. I'm like, oh, this guy's high right
Yeah,
now.
this guy is.
He's gone.
He's gonna be right at some point, you know.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
Yeah, DMT is
It's
his
gonna work.
ground state. You know what I mean?
At all times.
He's just in the store alone. Weren't you that guy? Weren't you that guy?
There's one guy I met in Costa Rica. So drugs have been decriminalized there. So there's this guy on the street just selling shit. He was quite the salesman. He called himself the shaman. He's like, I have this, I have that, I have ayahuasca. I mean, this girl I'm with, we're just like, you need a shaman for ayahuasca. You know, that's a trip and a half. You need someone to take care of you. And he goes, you are the shaman. I'm like, that sounds nice, but that's not how it works, you know? Right. Like, I appreciate the sentiment.
He's like a cashier at a bad business. I am the manager. I am the shaman. Playboy, I am the shaman.
You are the shaman. I'm like, I'm not the shaman. I'm not my own shaman. I don't trust myself.
Yeah,
I know that much. I don't trust myself.
Ayahuasca's like a fucking full experience.
I want to do that.
You got to do it right. You got to drink one thing and then drink the other thing and puke.
Do it over a couple days.
You can't just like, you got to do it right.
I was going to go to Ecuador last year, but it was closed because of lockdowns and everything.
Closed.
But,
Isn't that hilarious?
The whole country.
Yeah.
I emailed them. I'm like, you guys doing ayahuasca? They're like, no, we're closed.
It was just, you got an out of office response on the email. We're out of country. Sorry.
I want to do it next year, I think. I don't know. I want to.
Is Ecuador the ayahuasca's spot?
Peru's the main one, but Ecuador is like right beside it, I think, and they have some good shit going on. I have a buddy from Chicago. Actually, this is a funny story. I met him in Colombia a couple years ago, and then he went to Ecuador after. He did this ayahuasca retreat, and he's like, it was amazing. Like, you got to come do it. And I'm like, this is what I want to do. And he told me how there was all these people there, and some of them have real trauma. You know, it's like I was working in the sex industry for a long time, and I don't know what to do with my, like, they're really trying to like go through something, trying to fix themselves.
Like a transformation.
And then he's there, and he's just like, sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
I want to see what's up. And there was one guy. They're like, why are you here? What's your trauma? And this is like during the Trump era. And he's like, I work at an advertising agency, and my agency was hired to make ads for Donald Trump, and I had to make ads for him. And he's like emotional and crying because he had to make ads for Trump.
The shaman's like, you go first. Drink, my son.
These people are just like real like tragic stories. And this guy's like, I had to make ads for Donald Trump. And it's just like, that's one of the saddest things I've heard. It's just ridiculous.
You're
so spoiled
raped as a child.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up. So I was in this ad agency.
I got paid a lot of money.
And they know I'm really good at Photoshop, so I was leading a lot of these efforts. And,
but he's the reason I got elected. It's like, is it?
Yeah, right? Slow it down, buddy. There was like 40 agencies working on that thing. So funny. He's the reason I got elected. Even the shaman is like, take it easy, bro, you know?
The shaman's like, we can't help you.
Yeah,
He takes it away.
Relax, bro. Fuck, bro. I was gonna say you never did the 3 questions.
Oh yeah, let's go.
You haven't done the Okay, so I do 3 questions because at one point people were like, "Yo, this is the immigrant section. You gotta do blah 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 blah." And every podcast needs the thing or whatever the fuck, right? So let's hit these questions up. Number 1, did you get beat as a child?
My mom slapped me one time because I couldn't get a math question right. We kept going back and forth. She's like, "You can do this," and I was like, "I don't fucking know what the answer is." And we kept going back and forth, and she slapped me, and I got the answer immediately. I was like, 47. And then that was it.
Maybe if she slapped you a little bit more, you wouldn't be so into drugs. You know what I mean? Mama Loucadellis should have slapped you a little bit more, bro.
I have older siblings, like brother that's 18 years older, brother that's 16 years older.
Gotcha. So
they got beat. I was the accident. They got beat. I got it easy. I have too much freedom.
When you accidentally bring a child into this world, you got a little guilt about it.
You're a little bit older. You're just like...
You smack him one time for math. Yeah. But that's it.
That was the only time I got hit.
Should have got smacked more.
I agree.
Okay. So I know you're Greek.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what's some shit that Greeks do that you've either seen there or like among your family that you haven't seen anybody else do?
Coffee reading. So it's like palm reading, but they give you a coffee with a lot of grinds at the bottom.
When you finish it.
Yeah, and then you drink it, and then they somehow read the grinds and tell you something about yourself. I don't know.
Is it ever negative or it's almost always some spin of positive?
Oh, I feel like it's mostly negative.
You'll be very rich.
I feel like Greeks are negative.
Oh, yeah?
And do you know what the evil eye
They're
is?
like, every cup says our economy will fail.
No, it's accurate. It works.
You know
it works.
Like, damn, these cups are fucking on point. You will not be working all week. Damn.
Do you know what the evil eye is? It's like...
Of course, everyone's got that.
Yeah.
All the Mediterranean people have that shit.
I don't understand. So there's something called the evil eye where it's like...
they call it in Arabic.
Sometimes if you don't... Like my sister, she'll be like, I don't feel well all of a sudden. And then some of my family will be like, oh, someone gave you the evil eye.
At you.
Someone cursed you. And I'm like, I think you have low blood sugar, you know? Like,
I think you're iron deficient.
I don't know what you want me to say right now.
Turns out she just did M the day before. Right?
It's funny because Greeks are super religious too, like Greek Orthodox. But if you take that away, they're still super spiritual with all this other nonsense, I guess. Just like the evil eye, this and that. It's like, oh, we're gypsies. We believe in shit. It's either church or not church.
Do you guys do the pepper? I know the Italians do the pepper.
What is that?
I don't know. Sebastian's just talking about this pepper that wards off evil spirits or whatever.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. You're like, no, we use just a lamb's head. Just the head of a lamb, a full lamb we carry with us all the time.
I was with my family not too long ago, and my mom just started going around throwing holy water on everyone. And I had like my laptop out, and she like threw it, and I was like, "Ma."
like short circuit.
Yeah, I'm like, "Ma," and then she's like,
it's good for the laptop.
And she like threw more at me, and I was like, "Do you think I'm gonna burn? Do you think I'm like, what do you think is gonna happen right now?"
Yeah, right. The power of Christ.
Yeah.
My buddy's mom, like my good friend Greek, Dimitri, his mom, I used to always go game at his house growing up. His mom talked like this.
Yeah.
You boys want snacks? Dimitri.
That's exactly it. I don't know why.
No, she called Micho. That's what she called it.
Micho?
Yeah.
Why? Why that?
That's like his short name. Micho.
I don't know that.
Yeah, do it. And then he goes talk some shit. So we just go play Nazi zombies at his house. His dad would come downstairs, just fucking always with track pants and like a wife beater tucked into it. And just fucking put a random shot of vodka,
my dad
just take it and walk away.
Uzo.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it is. Just fucking jaded, like.
I just remembered something. After I did the first podcast with you a couple years ago, I just came back from Colombia. I made my own cocaine in Colombia, and I told you that story.
Yeah.
And then my sister watched the podcast, and she was like,
I have some questions.
"What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "Don't watch podcasts so much." Like
she's watching this one too.
Don't watch any of my comedy.
Shout out to you if you're watching this part. We appreciate your sisterhood.
Right now, I was talking shit about Greeks, and I was like, "Fuck, she's gonna hear this maybe."
So. You weren't really talking shit about Greeks, though. This is
I called us gypsies.
On that note, the final question is, who do Greeks talk shit about? Every culture? Turks?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me.
And Albanians.
Yeah? Well, what's the thing?
Well, Turks took over Greece for 400 years. We were their slaves.
Oh, the whole Ottoman thing.
Yeah, the whole...
you guys let it go. Let it go, man.
So yeah, and apparently like the Turks still fly into our airspace illegally, and like they keep like pushing our buttons. I don't know anything about it. I just know that we don't like them. We got free from them. And apparently Greeks used to have like blonde hair, blue eyes, and now we all look like this. And I'm just like, oh, I'm Turkish for sure. Yeah. My friend did a 23andMe test.
But Turks have colorful eyes too. All the time. My buddy's blonde with green eyes.
No, they do. They do have that.
Full Turk, yeah. Turkish is like the Lebanese, where it's like Europe fucked. Anything could be anything. You could be like a fucking... anything is possible.
We're all gonna look Turkish in 100 years. That's what
I think we'll probably look more like Brazilian or something like that.
A little darker.
Turkish. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I see. Like Brazil's got a crazy range.
I wouldn't have to leave for 2 months every year just to have a tan. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not even that tan right now.
You can go into a Foot Locker, no problem, right? And get on a flight, no problem,
for free.
What about Albanians? What do you guys say about Albanians? By the way, a lot of people beef Albanians.
Yeah, Albanians are the Mexicans of Europe. They
call them shippies, in Switzerland they call them shippies.
Why? Because they're always on
I don't know. My buddy I go there, who's like my buddy from school, went to do his PhD there. He goes, and he got racist. He was there for a year, and he's like suddenly like I go to visit, and he's like kind of hateful towards Albanians.
They're like experience.
They're like the blacks. Like they all got flat brim hats.
Oh, that's funny.
They all got flat brim hats, like just walking in groups, like young. I'm like, he's like fucking shippies. I'm like, what the fuck?
I work for an Albanian guy, and there's
You're
some
a white
Albanians
guy from
there.
Barrie.
Even them, they're like the Albanians back home are fucked. And I was like, you guys aren't too far, but whatever. It's like, I don't know. The ones here I like, but apparently back home they're like these wannabe gangsters. They turn on their friends. They're everywhere. They just keep like taking over places in Greece. They keep spreading like a disease.
My girl grew up with some tight
she's
Albanian
Serbian, right?
friends. She's Serbian, and they like straight up like Machiavelli style did like backstabbing on her.
Yeah, on her.
Yeah, they backstabbed her.
What did she do wrong?
Nothing. She was just like the hottest in the group. You know what I mean? There are these little pudgy fat sluts.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
This is her version of the story.
No, this isn't her version of the story. But she tells me the story. She'll like they're all walking like high school.
Yeah.
And like one guy would be like start like chatting her up.
Yeah.
And she's with all her friends. And he's like, oh, you look nice or something like that. And like one of her like little piglet Albanian friends like, you should see her without makeup. Like that, I could piece together this whole dynamic.
I just pictured Lola from Big Mouth.
Oh, I'm not watching that show.
Have you not seen Big Mouth? It's great.
Yeah, I know. What's his name?
Nick Kroll?
Nick Kroll. Yeah. Fucking dope. Love that dude.
He's good.
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta have an Albanian on the podcast, man. Do we know any Albanian comedians? I've run into some Albanians. Like I knew a couple from high school, sick guys.
I don't know if I know any comedians.
Yeah, I don't know any Albanian comedians. Yo, if you're an Albanian comedian, DM the page.
I barely
if
know
you're
Greek
in Toronto,
comedians.
yeah, exactly. Oh, fuck Greeks anyways. You know what I
agree.
mean? They never want to
Bunch
work.
of
You know what I mean? That's why it's 2 years to come on.
I'm gonna go away for 2 months.
You're like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to go. It's like, you guys look at Spanish siestas and go, that's weak.
That's genius.
That's pussy.
Why didn't we
You
think,
guys
oh,
are
that's
like, you only
pussy?
go 2 hours? We don't come back. But anyways, bro, let's land this podcast, okay? Look into the camera as always.
Done.
Tell these people where to find you.
Guys, you can find me at Lucara on Instagram. Sociopals podcast out whenever we want. But check it out. It's got some good stuff. Me and my boy, we don't have any rhyme or reason to our podcast. We just kind of play games and talk shit about each other and reveal dark secrets about each other. Comedy show every Monday night. Flawless Victory at Victory Cafe, 8:30 p.m. I think it's it. I'll see you.
Is your buddy who does it with you, is he one of the 14?
Yeah, he was one of the
So
14.
tune into that. He's one of the 14.
Yeah, he's one of
You're
the
getting
guys.
in on that collective.
He can vow. He can vow.
Yo, actually, that's your one buddy that looks like Zeus, huh?
He looks like Aquaman. He
He's
looks
like a
he looks like lot of
beautiful. Yo,
things.
this is the guy. This is like a beautiful man. One time we saw him at the show, and he had like 4 girls around him. I'm like, is he fucking all of them?
Yeah, it was you that said that?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Is he fucking them all, dude?
They all have had to say his name. He's
Yeah,
like,
right. He's like,
the
I've
next
chosen
draft?
them all. He's like, I'm one of the Greeks that works. You know what I mean?
Comedy's good.
Yeah. But yeah, as always, scroll below. You'll find all his links in the description. From my end, follow the socials at Abbas Wahab _ TikTok, Instagram, all that shit. But get your tickets for the Immigrant Section tour at abbaswahab.com if you're in Ontario and
Check it out,
Montreal.
check it
I
out.
want to see y'all out. Bro, let's do this shit again.
Thank you.
Come on,
See
sooner
you
than
in
2
2
years,
years.
man.
Done.
You fucking prick.
Set it up now.
All right. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. It's your boy, Abbas Wahab, signing out. Peace.
Take care.